Have another caller on the line. Her name is Kathy. She brought her newborn granddaughter with me that was born with a problem with her neck. Kathy, tell us about your granddaughter, what was going on with her when you brought her to me.
My granddaughter was born with, I think it's called torticollis. It was her neck only went to one way, really bad, like a severe neck to one side. And I brought my daughter came down to see Dr. Vincent, and Dr. Vincent worked on the mother. He just worked on the mother for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and, he just was very sweet, and the little girl just sat off the side. And we brought her home, and 3 days later, her neck straightened completely up, and she's never had another problem with her neck. She never had to go to therapy. It was like an extreme miracle. Yep.
Now, Kathy, you were one of my students, and you heard of the testimonies of my treating fella that's on Facebook, a 4-year-old fella with autism. We treated his parents, and 3 months later, a normal kid. So you never treat a kid under 6 and under. You treat the parent. So we treated the mother. In the 3 days, the kid's neck deformity was normal. Right, Kathy?
Yeah, that's true. It's just like a miracle.
This is called therapy systems. I teach this technique. Kathy, you called me one day very concerned. I hear it in your voice about your son. Tell us about your son. What happened?
Yes, my son was riding a bicycle, a mountain bike in Stony Creek Park, and he had flew over the handlebars and hit his head, the top of his head, into a boulder. Very, very hard. So hard that he broke C7 and T5. And the hospital called and said, come up, your son's been in a bad accident. They said, any friend who wants to come to see him can come see him. Because I don't think they thought he was going to make it because it was such a bad hit to the head. Well, in the meantime, I just called Dr. Vincent on the phone because he was one of my first people I called. And I said, I didn't even know what happened. They just said it was a bad bike accident. And then when I got there, he was lucid and he was talking and he was in a lot of pain. And then he completely healed. He had like a 3-hour thing to sew up the top of his head because it was so badly smashed and broke, bad. But he only had to wear like a little brace on his neck for 8 weeks for preventative. But he never had, really any headaches or brain trouble or having to walk again. Nothing. He was perfectly healed. In 8 weeks, he's completely healed.
Now, his friends also had an accident in the same area of their neck. What happened to his friends?
Well, my girlfriend's friend, her son had an accident at T5, the same number. He's paralyzed. He's paralyzed from the waist down from his small little accident, So it's just it's just a miracle. I think everything, if you put your faith in God, it works. Something happens wonderful.
Now, we were on a clubhouse last week, and you know that we do a therapy system that you can help anybody in the world to put their body back in balance, like I did your son, I did your granddaughter, back in balance. On Clubhouse last week, you said you had a cough the night before and you thought you were dying.
Yep.
Last week.
And now, I had like severe congestion in the neck. I couldn't even catch my breath from the phlegm in my throat and down in my chest. And then my daughter had the same symptoms. She, everybody at her work had it. It was really bad. So this is the worst cold we've ever had in our lives. And I called Dr. Vincent. He worked on me, and my daughter and I both got way better. We didn't ever have to have any more real treatment.
And we did this over Clubhouse, and it took 3 or 4 minutes. You went from a 9 down to a 0 on Clubhouse, correct?
Yeah.
You can treat anybody through anybody, and you can send energy, folks, like sending a prayer anywhere on the planet. I want to thank you, Kathy, and thank you for being one of my most senior students. And Kathy,
thank you.
Kathy,
I'm so lucky to have you in my life. That's what I say.
And we're here,
Yep.
Kathy, promoting that seed nutrition, the seed nutrition. And I'm sharing with
Yeah.
them the diabetes, the weight loss, the hypertension, the seed nutrition. And Kathy, I want them to follow us to get trained. I want to have you help, as a senior citizen, train other senior citizens how to get rid of neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain with this technique. I want to thank you, Kathy, and it's a blessing to have you as a student and a friend. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. All right, bye-bye.
Everyone wants to be healthy, and we should be. Our Creator designed an amazing, complex system intended to allow our body to heal itself if we give it what it needs. For example, if you cut your finger, it bleeds, a scab forms, and it heals. However, when our body does not receive what it needs, it begins to talk to us. It talks to us through symptoms or physical manifestations of disease. So, if your body is talking to you, you need to listen to Dr. Michael Vincent. Start your wellness journey today. Visit Dr. Vincent's website at www.vincentclinic.com or dial toll free 888-842 3935 or 888-84-BEWELL. Be well